I was quoting Mark Henry's theme song, but yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, Alex, yeah, I've been watching through Smiling Friends. Already gone through the first two seasons. I'm just
Oh,
plowing
nice.
through,
Ooh.
slowly plowing my way through the third one. I'm enjoying it
By the
so
way,
far.
Alex, are you
Sweet.
looking forward to this coming Friday and the and the Digimon Adventure or 02 movie?
Yes, yes, I am.
Now, what did you think of that excerpt I sent you in regards to a part of chapter 18 in my story?
I haven't had a chance to look at it yet because we're live! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to MehTV, and today we're actually getting started on the first try this time. Encoding overload. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster preset. It is a still fucking image. We are streaming one goddamn show. The episode. It's 700 megabytes, guys. What are we
It's
doing?
Windows 11. Ah, God damn it, Windows 11.
No, it's OBS. OBS.
I see you used a different version of
I had to
Ichigo
have
this
him.
time.
Yeah, I had to
With a
have him
hollow
looking
mask.
sideways for this one. So let me inform you
And
about this. 2%
then we
CPU
have,
usage.
I see no
60 of
sign of
60
Cheetle.
FPS.
thank
Yeah, I
God.
already established him as the mask, and the mask is not on here. Here, the zero mask is nowhere to be found.
Yep.
Good.
We are at 4,000 kilobits per second, and zero dropped frames, but we have an encoding overload. Sure, I believe you.
So we have Jonah on above zero, above Lelouch between Shinkei and Gino. Then we have Radigan on Colin's forearm, and then next to Anya we have Ned.
Yep.
I'm wondering how many people would be surprised that I actually remember all four of the new characters in this part, because we have Rolo added to the poster as well.
So, Kevin, I have fun news for you.
What?
So I used the failed Andor broadcast from yesterday as the basis for this stream, just because fuck it. You know, I figured I'd get it out of the way so that it didn't keep showing up like Moonraker does. All of your chats from yesterday, from that version of the stream, are in this one. I read it all out. I read all of them out on air, but I just see them now. You know? I don't know why.
Okay, for context's sake, I was telling Alex about my various grievances with Disney's Star Wars, including in the fact that outside of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Muppet, I did not like Attack of the Clones, as you should know, based on
You're
our
wrong
commentary.
to not like.
No, I'm very much well within my rights. You're wrong to dislike Empire.
Empire Strikes Back wasn't even good at the time.
You're so full of shit.
People who didn't know about the expanded universe tricked themselves into thinking it was good. The Empire Strikes Back is one of those films that was actually saved in the edit, unlike the first Star Wars.
Yeah, and guess what started the stigma? And guess what started the stigma for a third installment not as good as the other two? Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's weird, because Return of the Jedi is, like Spider-Man 3, flawed,
there is an actual
better
article,
than the second installment.
There is an actual news article that came out around the same time as that film released, and they talked about how the machine has kind of worn itself out.
Which is odd, because like I said, and the funny thing is, by that point, like, there'd already been more installments than just Return of the Jedi. But let's go ahead and get started now.
There was a terrible Christmas special that I will not be watching. You really think you can drag me into that?
2.5 hours. We're gonna fucking watch that.
No, I'm not.
Count me out. Count me out on that. Meanwhile, the Tokyo settlements.
Speaking of Spider-Man, this kind of sounds like Danny Elfman's Spider-Man theme.
I see too.
Hello, we meet again, Yukana.
Hey,
Chase again.
so keep in mind that guy has had to successfully lead the Alube had to successfully lead the lead the Black Knights, while Zero was both Julius Kingsley and now back to Lelouch Lamperouge. Hi, Valletta.
Lelouch is
Lelouch
living my dreams right now.
being chased by a woman voiced by Rangiku.
Rangiku chasing Ichigo. Time for your physical checkup.
Voiced by Rangiku. White
Megan
hair,
Hollingshed.
brown skin.
AKA Nurse Joy.
With a large rack.
Yes.
No, I don't want my physical checkup, Nurse Joy. Meanwhile, Brock is seething.
Why, Nurse Joy? I didn't realize today was penis inspection day. It's almost like the first season didn't happen at all. Or that OVA series.
And new intro. Hooray.
With actual new animation.
Yeah. So weirdly enough, of Akito the Exiled is still somewhat canon. It's just
placement is a bit concerning.
Yes, that's the issue. Like, really, between the first two seasons of Code Geass, come on, guys. There's only like a year between that, and I know a lot can happen in a year, but it kind of raises a number of questions, dude. Like, what exact... Like, did Charles end up removing the, whole thing with Julius Kingsley? Because that was a second personality induced into Lelouch, as we saw.
That's right. Lelouch, ride that horse like you mean it.
You get right back up and eat that horse.
What the fuck are you talking about? Says Vegeta.
Goku, I'm gonna have to be real with you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What do you mean, Vegeta? You never heard of Uma Musume? These horse waifus? It's a popular thing, you know?
Oh god.
Is that a problem, Vegeta?
Listen, Goku, eating that kind of thing is something I can only do with my wife.
So...
Right.
So Rolo, as we've mentioned in our last commentary of Akito the Exiled, is an established member of the Britannian military. We will see more on him later.
Yeah.
However, here he is assigned as Lelouch's younger brother.
Oh, yes.
And if that weepy little voice that you hear in Rolo is familiar to any of you, tell me, have you watched Neon Genesis Evangelion or the Rebuild films?
Have you?
Yeah, yes, Rolo. Hi, Daichu Mizushima.
Yes, and in English it's Spike Spiegel or Spike Spencer. My bad. I misworded things.
Spike Spiegel and Spike Spencer are very different people.
I know, and their names sound similar enough. Yes, Education by Fire Squad. Ironic.
Santrain, Secret Destroyer.
I believe our mustachioed fellow is voiced by Peter Lurie. Yeah, that's definitely Peter Lurie.
I was gonna say, it was like, that doesn't sound like Peter Lorre. Also, wasn't Peter Lorre dead by this point? But yeah,
No.
Lurrie is different.
Yeah, Peter Lurie, who is Vulcan Raven, Giant, and Shaman. So somehow he's a
Vulcan
Pokemon
Raven,
as well.
Giant, and Shaman.
The only reason... Oh, I believe that's Dave Mallow right there.
Ah,
AKA the voice of Akuma in Street Fighter 4 and Marvel vs.
And
Capcom
Angemon.
3. Yep.
Seriously, guys, when he passed, that was just like, no, he didn't.
Yeah, it's shit. And I thought Dave Mallow was great as Oni when in Ultra Street Fighter 4.
His best
It's,
role is the anti-spiral.
That too. And
Wish
Straight
we-
Zo in JoJo.
Wish we could have gotten him out of retirement to voice him for the movies. But yeah, Crispin Freeman was also a very worthy successor.
Meanwhile, doing a Thai boxing match.
It's funny how, with how much they've erased from Lelouch's memory, how much of him is still intact. Oh, hi, Colin.
does
In the sexy bunny stoop.
yeah,
Hi, Amiko Shimizu.
I was gonna say, hey, does Lelouch Senpai dream of bunny girls? I think he might.
No,
If
but I
anybody's
bet he
wondering
dreams of.
regarding,
I
if anybody's
I
wondering,
bet he dreams about my
regarding the,
Shiranui in a bunny suit.
although, if anybody's wondering in regards to the code Prime, I'm
What
thick.
the fuck is between her tits?
R2's plot can't happen. As in we can't have like a soft reboot before starting the second season and while continuing the story. No. Instead, we kind of have to outright continue the narrative.
Now you have underestimated my power, for you are a bastard, and I am the main character. It's time to play a game. Tell the Secret Service to stand the fuck down. I'm about to shove this entire chessboard up your ass. Somebody better cue up The Gambler by Kenny Rogers, because,
Oh, Pizza Hut.
Pizza the Hut.
Shut up, bitch.
Going straight into another prison scene, just like we did with Andor.
Except not as slow paced.
We've run into Gollum in the prison, by the way.
Of course you did.
He gets a hell of a lot more shit to do than he did in the sequel trilogy. Now I get to fuck that bunny.
Could have sworn that. Oh right, never mind. Snoke, you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Because as at first I was wondering, like, I could have sworn Benicio del Toro was the guy that betrayed people.
Oh my god.
Ah, yes,
Oh my
because a
god, he
sore
brought
loser.
a gun into the casino.
Damn!
Oh, you get what you fucking deserve.
Yes. Oh!
Yosha!
Yep.
With
Lelouch, I'm
me, if
feigning
you want to
concern
live.
for you!
Ah, I was about to say that, yeah.
The fuck? You know, I wonder if Lelouch ever looked at himself in the mirror and
Oh, hi, Kado Midorikawa.
and Shinkai is voiced by David Vincent, whom in other works we have commentated on, and was the narrator of JoJo. And here we have Dave Wittenberg as one of many characters.
Omewa mo
My
shindere.
belt.
Man is terminally ill, and yet he's still able to pull off Iaido skills like that.
Hang on, I want to find out what's between those bunny girls' tits.
Nasty. If you only my shirt would be fine.
Good. Now, finish him.
Hashem, says Shao Kahn. Come with me if you wish to live.
Watch where you're going, you
I think Rolo might have forgotten that, oh, right, I'm just as expendable. Yep, now we know.
Ah,
The key
that's
to her
the was.
nightmare. Where else would you expect her to have placed that?
Yeah, fair.
Someone would notice the extra bulge in her if she placed it in her cooch.
No,
And it would
they
have
just
been.
think she was a trap.
I don't think they'd be turned on by a male bunny girl with tits. Or are you suggesting she's a futanari in that scenario?
I'm suggesting that the dirty old man who is trying to proposition her is totally into that.
Curses. One mecha series each protagonist fails to save another.
I'm falling.
And keep in mind, Charles had to pretty much Geass everybody in Lelouch's school. Wow, ain't that convenient? Worst part is that's actually realistic, and with how far down you go. Oh my god. People are dead.
Oh no!
Sup, bitch? I'm your immortal girlfriend. Come with me if you wish to live.
Now what the fuck happened to your brain?
Hi, honey.
Damn it. Oh no, I am totes dead this time, guys.
Oh my god, I'm definitely dead this time, guys. I've been shot again. This totally isn't some kind of ploy. That is...
No, she's not.
Not anymore!
That would feel straight out of Code Ment. I'm sorry. Were you even watching me in the shower? Why, yes, we were. It was completely necessary. We must always be one step ahead. But that makes no fucking sense.
And how did you get a hold of my journal? My diary.
You know, Zero, I ended up
Hold your breath
rewatching
and count to 10.
the Digimon Our War Game OVA, and it turns out the person that Izzy was talking about is in grade school but taking classes in university. They were Russian and a girl.
And I replied with
Oh, sweet.
a gif of the Russian girl from Captain Planet.
The Wind Girl. Okay, she kissed me and now I'm tripping balls.
The fuck is that? The fuck
The
is
fuck
this?
is that?
The fuck are
The
those?
fuck are those?
They're called boobs, Lelouch.
Remember
Remember,
who you are.
Lelouch. Remember who you are. The power of the fucking king.
Oh,
my,
there's titties.
actual boobs. And do you think Clamp has seen Death Note?
Probably. I mean, who hasn't aside from myself?
For me.
I am.
I am everyone, everywhere, anyhow, any will, anywhere, any day.
Way. I am.
Put that gun down, Spider-Man. You're not allowed to use that.
Johnny Young Bosch was once Spider-Man.
I know.
They're and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. They made that too easy, Alex.
Yeah.
They made it too easy. Wait, what the fuck? What did you think of CSI? Oh, we love CSI. We enjoy CSI. Miami.
Why are you pointing at the side of your neck instead of the side of your...
You forgot that they did that in the first season, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I asked the same question then, too.
I'd have to look at our commentary to see if you did.
I would have internally been asking that, but yeah, no. Like, depending on where you aim that, it
I
could...
think it was.
It could
I think
work.
it was meant to cause us a death through excruciating pain.
I mean, if you're shooting through the throat there, then yeah, that absolutely will be
Yeah,
excruciating pain.
that was probably the intention. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
All right, now this sounds like the Imperial March, but the discount version.
Hey, Suzaku, remember when you were in prison and by that one guy who totes betrayed us? Yeah. Good times. You know, the worst part is I think this ending theme has a bit more unique art in it than either of the either the ending themes in the first season.
Yes!
Cornelia. It's already. Well, we wouldn't exactly spoil on V2 since we already saw him in the first season.
Yeah. This is some weird fucking designs, I gotta say.
Yeah, it really does feel like it's straight out of Death Note.
Yeah, it's like if Clamp drew Death Note. This is the kind of shit that you'd see on the front cover, and then the imagery would never show up in the actual manga.
No, these feel like chapter cover images.
Yeah.
Like something straight out of what Kubo would do for his chapter covers in Bleach.
All right. Now we're on episode 2. And now I need to change the audio. Excuse me. We can't call her Cece because people would think that we were talking about Cece's Pizza, and this show is sponsored by a different pizza company.
known
You
as
can't out-pizza the Hut.
Alex, when you live down here where I'm at, there's barely any pizza.
I make
It's
my own
not
pizza.
like CT. It's not like CT.
Yeah.
There are no options.
I
It's
make my own
either
pizza, like I said.
it's either Papa John's, Little Caesars, or Domino's.
Little Caesars isn't bad. I've had better and worse than them around here. There was a joint called Tom's Extreme Pizzeria, which used to be up the road from me, which was awesome. Then their quality went downhill, and they moved a very long way away because apparently they couldn't maintain their business where they are. And they got replaced by a joint called Killer Crab Seafood, which is apparently the busiest place in the entire city, except for the Mexican restaurant that's like down the road from me.
So, for some people who are curious as to what other series Orange Range is known for, literally the first opening of Bleach.
Oh,
Like,
ought to be where I remember them from.
hmm. And Alex, as I've discussed with you, do not watch the anime. Read the fucking manga, because
I've imagine being in charge of a show and deciding, yeah, I'm just gonna ship the main character with a different love interest.
yeah, all because Noriyuki Abe, all because Kubo wasn't really told what the plan was, as until he found out later. Because
What do you
originally
do?
the
What
Bleach
do you?
anime, because originally the Bleach anime was not going to continue to be the long runner that it was.
Yeah. What do you do when you're adapting from one medium to another and you don't have a complete script? Don't fucking change anything. So now we have
Spin Saku.
we have an incomplete. We have an incomplete series.
Yeah. Yeah, so oh so it's like we adapted they adapted 70 chapters worth of manga into 14 to 15 episodes. Which already sounds like bad pacing if you ask me. Because then you lose out on a lot of characterization.
You're not gonna be using that gay-ass Geass on them. Oh, we disbanded the Knights of the Round a long time ago. Takes too long to complete.
I did watch the Japanese version of this scene, and I felt that Bosch did a way better job here than Fukuyama.
Not uncommon.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Especially
I
for
Norio
this era.
Wakamoto.
Mhm. Wakamoto's performance as Charles Britannia sounds a bit better when he's, allowed to just go full ham. Not really when he's like restrained.
Of course!
New personality. Need to go along with that for a while. Then I'll retcon that. She's not wrong. It was his brother. So, oh yeah. Yeah, and it's like they also cut out a bunch of stuff in the manga of Bleach as well. Like they also toned down the violence too. And Alex, you don't want to know what they did after Soul Society arc?
Get out of
You
here,
want to know what
Shinji.
You want to know what they did after Soul
You've got a
Society
big
arc?
purple mecha waiting for you in a different universe. What?
They uh, they a 40 well over 40 episodes of filler.
So they sped through a whole shitload of actual content and wound up having to create a bunch of filler as a result.
And they injected some of that filler into the canon. They injected the filler plushies, as I've dubbed them, who are a group trio of mod souls that do not, thankfully, appear in the 1,000-Year Blood War
Yeah,
anime.
I'm gonna be real with you, dog. I'm gonna need you to write that down.
And then, of course, Lelouch actually has a very good memory, so...
So, if you're immortal, does that mean...
What?
Well, you know.
Are you asking about her, about anything to do with her reproductive system?
Yeah. Does she just keep making eggs?
Since she's in her physical prime, I would presume so.
I got to wondering about how the reproductive system of Amazons works, considering that they are incredibly long-lived. And the only conclusion I came to is that they must just have slightly different biology where their body is constantly making
eggs,
new eggs, as opposed, because humans
they'd
are,
have to.
Yeah, they'd have to.
Anyway, so yeah, they injected an entire filler arc where they placed canon bits of characterization that they cut out from the manga into. And then, Alex... then... And they also put filler into the canon in parts when they didn't have enough material.
It's like Dragon Ball.
And then, after Ichigo beat the pants off of Grimmjow...
It's padding.
Filler arc.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh. Listen.
Nearly
Listen, Colin,
30
I've got
episodes.
something far more lethal than that gun between my legs. If you'll just allow me to unsheath it.
So yeah,
what
nearly
the fuck
30
kind
episodes.
Of name is Schneisel?
Yeah, nearly 30 episodes worth of filler, or later. Then they finally get back to the plot. And eventually, when they get back to the plot, a majority of the first plot episode that they adapt is a recap.
Mm.
And then, of course, they do the same thing again, and with injecting some occasional filler. There's some of them based off of actual like gags in the manga and whatnot, and as well as adapting up to the start of Fate Karakura Town and Turn Back the Pendulum, which, by the way, the latter of which is a really good flashback arc. I would recommend reading it. Then, after all that, and Ichigo is in the midst of his start with his last battle against Ukiura, guess what they did next?
More filler arcs.
Whole ass filler arc involving the Zanpakuto spirits. Some people like this arc, but I'm like, no, I refuse. It's filler. I don't give a shit. Oh, and they also put in a lot of good animation in some of these filler arcs, so that's also a problem. Yes, because the bunny suit is notably distracting. You're the one who paraded yourself in that fucking suit, Colin!
I don't put the blame on Lelouch.
Anyway.
Listen, I have eyes, you have nice breasts. My eyes are going to gaze southwards.
Anyway, so once again, and when they resume the plot, the entirety of the episode that resumes the plot is recap. Then they get back to the plot. Fillers here and there. There are nothing to only like 1 or 2 episodes at most. And then after Ichigo finally ends the main villain of the Arankar saga and Soul Society arc by that extension. Well, by ends I mean since you've already been spoiled on that in Death Battle. Aizen is imprisoned because he can't die. Like, he's literally immortal by that point. Keep in mind that 310 episodes it took for Ichigo to beat Aizen. Guess what they do next?
Filler arc.
An entire ass filler arc with animation that should have gone to the canon.
Oh, my favorite.
I feel you there, buddy.
I can, of course, but really, god dang it.
Anyway.
But what about R2? Don't tell me they've destroyed R2!
Don't worry, guys. We have R3 and
God
R4.
damn it, R2! R3 and R4 are already dead. They're always already dead. R2D2
Anyway.
is the only one that's irreplaceable. Oh, that was a butt.
Anyway, so we got
Just flashbang with ass all of a sudden.
We had another filler arc that lasts from episode 311 to 342. The latter half of 342 is canon.
Excuse me.
Rather, the very end of it, I should say, is canon. Because after the manga... Uh-oh.
Who's Mecha is that?
That seems to be a familiar sleeve. The sleeve of a Britannian student. I wonder who could be piloting this very unique-looking nightmare frame. Perhaps it's somebody who is a relevant character to this narrative. So, Alex, we had a whole ass filler arc and half of an episode that's supposed to end with canon in being filler, or with the end of it being canon. Because after Ichigo beats Aizen and he's imprisoned in Muken, Ichigo then has a heartfelt farewell to Rukia. Due to the fact that he's now lost his ability to see spirits and whatnot, due to using up his Shinigami powers with Mugetsu. Damn. He sacrificed himself to get a blow in on him. Seriously, Urabe deserves more credit due to the fact that he actually led the Black Knights while Zero wasn't around. Like, he pretty much hard carried this group.
Thank you, Jason Miller, who played Guy in Street Fighter 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the humanity!
And while the and the thing about the
That is
anime
an
version of the
unrealistic amount of not jiggling her boobs are doing for as much as that camera's shaking.
and as much as and as surprisingly decent as the anime a version of the Fullbring arc was, they still skimped out on the backstories of a majority of execution and only focused on the on the on the on the underage redhead. I point this out because the fact that she is the only waifu who in age that for a majority of her story is 15.
Mm.
So yeah, while people will complain that the story up to this point is really long, it's still faster to read it than it is to watch it. Because at least when you're reading it, you aren't given that amount of bullshit that I described. There is one filler episode, but that's a New Year's thing.
Hey, we meet again, Jameson Price.
Retard,
Oh, no.
Retard is currently creaming his pants.
Hope you have a sheet. Hope you have some extra spare pants.
Dirty deeds.
That one time when Britannia fought the French. Wait, why is that important? It doesn't matter, or what you think.
I'm Mika Kanai. Thank you. Again.
Hey, there's Vic.
Yep.
I'm just... I just find it funny that there's this tiny little girl over in the corner playing on a fucking DS or some shit.
Anya is certainly an
Yes, it's
interesting
hot
character.
news.
And there's Dave Wittenberg's longest running character in this series. You know what I find kind of funny, Alex?
Uh-huh.
There was a bit. Oh God. No! 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 No, table fucker! Go away! You will not violate the sanctity of tables! What you have done to Table Kun will not be done onto any other table in any other nation across this world!
All right. Hey, Dave Wittenberg as Galahad.
I am unsettled by the sight that table fucker is still alive.
Okay.
Or how useful will you be?
You're ah.
Yep.
What a twist.
Starting episode 3.
Recapping last time.
Oh, right. I gotta change the audio.
All just because as V2 ended up preying upon his moment of weakness. And Alex, you want to know where they placed that bonus chapter of Toshiro Hitsugaya's backstory?
Where?
They placed it in the third filler arc they had in the anime.
Huh.
That's the only canon thing that's in there. And the thing is like I keep in mind in part of the manga for Naruto had a Kishimoto actually being in somewhat working somewhat with the anime studio on that series to the point where he based a lot of the art later on in the manga off of the anime's consistent modeling, since early Kishimoto art isn't all that good.
Yeah, it's rough. Very, very
It's
rough.
very, very rough. Like how early
like going back
Kubo
to-
art is rough.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And early Oda art is rough.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like what kind of makes like what makes Toriyama's art kind of stand out for the most part is at the very least his artwork was much more simpler.
Simple but consistent.
Yeah, consistent, and it's simple. It's simple yet very effective.
And his art did slowly evolve as with each story arc, especially when we get to the android and food arcs.
Yeah, like it evolves, but at the same time, and Toriyama keeps it it's simple but effective, which is one of the best parts of his artwork. I mean, hell, Hirohiko Araki tried. I was like, why is it so simple? Why does his artwork seem so simple? Oh, when he tried to recreate the panel, one of the chapter covers with Gohan going up against Cell, in his art style, he's then like, he's like, oh, this is a lot harder than I thought.
Araki having a wake up call moment.
Yep. Not like Araki is not like Araki can't recreate some of that. It's just his art style is very complex.
Yeah.
Especially
Like,
his early stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like Alex, if
Especially
you've read the Phantom Blood manga, you'd probably feel the same way.
Mm.
Lelouch's like, Lelouch's like, God damn it, why do you have to have a point? Fine. One of the weirdest things I've seen when I posted something on Twitter was like, I was doing like a same voice actor thing with the actor Brian Beacock, who is Rivals in this show. Oh, and in regards to Digimon Tamers' 25th anniversary, which happened in a couple weeks ago. And somebody outright said that their crush was both Sakon and Ukon from Naruto, whom he voices. To which I'm like, not who I would have imagined. Because I was imagining either Lloyd from the second Tales of Symphonia game onward, or of all people, Yumichika. Because at least some people could argue that they would like his the aesthetic in his eyelashes. And to be fair, Lelouch did get that journal, so he knows that they're watching him. I swear, it's like he goes from being. It's like Rolo goes from being just like this, hardened assassin and whatnot that we'll see elaborated later down the line, to a straight up yandere. It's often rare to see that and in fiction, like a male yandere. Wouldn't you say? Though obviously it's not romantically. It's just Rolo kind of assumes that, albeit incorrectly, that, Lelouch actually cares about him. Lelouch, at some point, you really need to consider getting a haircut. Yes, bitch face McGee.
I liked you a lot better when you didn't have your memories. The feeling's mutual.
What?
Nothing.
To which Valletta be like, why did I feel a... Oh dear. Why, yes. I don't know. Some Attack on Titan fans who are salty about how this show being more highly regarded than their series try to use moments like Euphemia being mind controlled and whatnot, and I'm like, there are certain things that go into that. Granted, it's still kind of dumb, but at the same time, it's like, okay.
Listen.
Hey, we get why it happened. We just don't like the fact that it happened.
In Code Geass can ever top how stupid the ending of AOT was.
People will try to insist that that ending was better.
Why is the font in Comic Sans? Actually, that's fairly realistic.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, you're right. That is weird.
Why did you have only 2 lip flaps?
Rolo?
Yeah.
Damn it, he has an alibi. Okay, Shinji, whatever you say.
It's Shinji's turn to be the gay stalker this time.
The worst part about Nagisa is just like, I feel like people, when it came to how they were well, this already gives away his ability.
Time stop.
Well, actually, he didn't stop time. He stopped people's sense of time. Because sense of time is an actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, mentally you keep track of how long it's been. And even if you can't see the watch, see like a watch or a clock on your phone. Hey, Colin, consider putting on some clothes before you go out there. Hey, Colin, consider putting on some clothes before you go out there.
Colin.
Hey, Colin, put on some clothes before you go out there.
Colin.
Put on some clothes before you go out there. Put on some clothes
The bunny
before
girl
you go
suit
out
does
there.
not count as clothes, by the way.
Colin, the fuck were you thinking?
Oops.
What do you mean, you people?
Ruh-roh, Raggy. I am shouting at you at the top of my lungs with a giant megaphone. They would. Meanwhile, Valetta's like, God damn it, he was good for sex. Really, really good for sex. You can see her hand slowly going towards her groin. No, I can't do it at work. Screw it, I'm in charge anyway. Meanwhile, Rolo will be like, I'll come back later. I believe the drinking age in Japan is around 19-ish. I want to say. But they're around 18 by this point. At least that's what I can gather from the fact that,
Drinking age, Japan, 20.
Okay, 20. Thank you.
14-year-olds can have beer or wine with the consent of a parent or guardian.
Why is that a thing? What the fuck, Japan?
That's the case in the UK as well. Some places in the
fuck,
United States are
UK?
like that too.
What the
I
fuck,
think it's
America?
16 in some places in America, but yeah.
Ugh. Ciao, Bella. You know, it's weird enough of where it's weird enough knowing and how Shinji's relationship was with Misato.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to which I'd be like, I couldn't give less of a fuck.
What?
What?
That's a weird fucking study.
It's a very foreign concept to me. I will feign interest. Valletta, he's trying to surprise you. Are you really going to find a way to act surprised? Can it really be that he is not the sex master Zero as I was told? To which Valletta would be like, why do you keep calling him the sex master? That's what I was told to call him. By who? By very strange people.
Those are some weird fucking headphones. Like,
I've seen
pause.
weirder.
I know, but it's like pause.
Oh my god, I'm totally jealous of them kissing.
Oh, something I want you to do to me.
Last time you were on a cable car, Shirley, you were in a very rough mental state. We are terrorists, and we will do terrorist
I am
things.
using unique voice.
Keep in mind, even in Japanese, is Fukuyama's voice only goes like a slight pitch lower in terms of the register. Or if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And and meanwhile, Bosch kind of changes the tone in which he speaks. Run away! Run away! Run away! Run away! Bad idea, Valletta. Bad idea. Meanwhile, they're all having coffee at the same time. I'm guessing.
Hmm. I didn't know cornhole was a thing outside of America.
Your Fortress of Solitude. What the fuck? Are you a JoJo stand? A very slow,
Or not.
painful, and brutal death. Wonder what kind of drama has been stirred up.
And this is episode 4. You know, she's not saying Lelouch or Rerouche. She's saying Dedouche at the start.
I think it's just the way that it sounded coming from Kate Higgins.
Oh, no, I was talking about the Japanese actress.
Oh.
Yukana? Yeah.
What? That's not even close. So, Zero, you want to know what online and that kind of cracked up Alex in one session?
Which one?
I am asking relevant questions. This is important to me. Or, hold on. I am asking questions. This is important to me. Relevant question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure with that voice you can imagine what character said that.
Which one?
It's a Vemon.
Right.
Jeez, this has to be the longest chess game we've ever played in this. So now we get we get the established backstory of Rolo on what kind of person and he was and how he was able to do his jobs.
See, I was almost expecting him to just start tying their fucking shoes together.
See, that would.
Huh.
You know, you would almost think with the fact that he's a trained assassin and whatnot, he would have the physique that you imagine in an alternative saga Shinji to have.
A little bit.
Yeah, see now Lelouch is actually. Yep. Now Lelouch has figured out what Rolo's true ability is. Except for Dio and Sakuya Izayoi
Back time.
and Raven.
If I can find a way.
This is a subtle manipulation on his part. Except you do. Mm-hmm. And that was a flat out lie. Hmm. Knights of Motorcycles.
Night games on motorcycles.
You see, we had to file a missing vehicles report as opposed to a missing persons report.
Hmm.
I wonder how long it took for them to get that motorcycle. Of course, just like you were when you first became a terrorist. Meanwhile, to which then Rolo comes in. He's like, "Sup, big booty bitches." Yeah, Rolo's starting to have a a bit of a crisis now that Zero got to him. Unix.
You can't allow Unix to be any kind of important in your government. The Chinese learned this the hard way. There we go.
God damn it! I'm trying to eliminate my browser history, but there's just more suggestions popping up. Why? What is this AI bullshit? Like, seriously! I do not use AI generated nonsense! If I wanted this drawn, I'd ask someone to draw it for me with a reasonable price. Just imagine, Alex, for a second that to keep Lelouch occupied, they just AI generate a bunch of nonsense. It's on his computer.
Sure.
Sorry, Ogie. Sex was good, but no. I must commit to ending you. Aw, that's precious. Ooh. Jinkei is quite flexible. God, I have to use that stupid microphone. I'll kill you. I'll snap your neck like a Slim Jim. Wait, I've never watched those Slim Jim commercials. Why am I thinking of them? Oh God, I have. Especially the Macho Man Randy Savage ones. Snap into a Slim Jim. Sup, bitches? You know, I was almost expecting the episode to end right there.
Yeah. That would have been a perfect cliffhanger, too.
Especially if this were a much worse paced show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the worst part about out in comparison, the comparison between Aaron and Zero?
What?
Zero actually accomplished world peace. Aaron only reinforced the status quo.
Mm.
Because, yeah, removing 80% of the human population isn't going to
Excuse
make
me.
the rest of you look good. It's going to only make you guys look worse.
We've got to set some rules for this duel.
Nah. He's not that retarded.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh, Raggy! Yeah, telling an honorable guy that a combat pragmatic was gonna fight honorably.
Uh-huh.
That never works out. Because usually the honorable guy loses. Now I'm dead. Or realistically. See, if this were the Dragon Ball Z Kai dub, we'd see we'd hear somebody go, "Ah!
Yeah.
Oh no!" Bart Simpson? She seemed relieved for a second there. Yeah, tell that to the Japanese woman in the mech. Oh, lovely. It only took you that long to figure it out. I don't know about that, buddy. Because it's part of my galaxy brain level play. All according to Keikaku. Yes, even when and we play your favorite game. Oh God, not that one! I hate that
Yes!
game. But you
Yes,
kept
Strike of the
asking to
99
play
Dragons!
it. Like seriously, fuck that game, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Just just imagine for a second that Rolo is going through the same thought process that
Hmm.
that Rolo that Trunks had after he realized that Krillin crushed the remote after finding Cell, or after finding that Cell found 18. What the hell is wrong with you? God damn it. We can't pick a fight with China because for once they actually have, have solid defense. She's right there. I could take her right now, and nobody would notice except for her. God damn it, my Geass can't work on her! Why? Oof.
Hmm.
All according to Keikaku. Meanwhile, oh hi Suzaku, how's your sex life? Non-existent.
Alright. Thinking one more and then we call it.
All right.
Because I am fading. Starting episode 5. Wow, that... So that started off immediately. Huh.
Yep.
What a episode.
We are on the 4th episode.
I thought we were on the 5th episode.
Uh,
Hang on.
Give me a. Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, we are on episode 5. My bad.
All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead. Now we're gonna have an actual countdown.
Sorry.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, because we got done with episode 4. Yeah.
And people wonder why there are some who ship Lelouch with Colin. Despite how canon Lelouch and C2 are.
Of course!
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to kind of have a bit more of a foundation before we, commit to any sort of planning regarding Charles. Ogie, we're going to hate you by the end of this series. We're really going to hate you
Hmm.
for being a gigantic fucking simp. Seriously. By the end of this series, Super Robot Wars actually provided an AU scenario where the Black Knights continue to stand with Lelouch. To which I'm like, why wasn't this the default scenario, guys? Because look, I like this show a lot. And I really think it's got one of the best endings in anime ever had. But some parts are dumb. That's something that people need to accept with their favorite shows. I can't tell you how many times I've had this conversation with a lot of people and they just are like, "Oh, it's not dumb. You just start reading." I'm like, "How about this? I've read it, but I still think it's stupid." Is it
Yeah,
that
that's fair.
hard? Because evidently, I'm not allowed to say a bad shit about Naruto's writing and whatnot, just because I supposedly don't get it.
If getting Naruto means I'd like it, I'm glad I don't get it anymore.
Yeah, it's like if there wasn't a lot of bullshit before and during the battle, the fated battle between brothers, I would have been like, you know what, this was fine. But no, there's bullshit before, during, and after that. Because you're seriously going to try to tell me that the main that the one guy that a lot of people have been dogging to get since the fourth main plot arc has happened to have a terminal disease that only happened to really come up at this battle. That is stupid. That is monumentally stupid. You get what I mean, right?
Oh, yeah.
You were forced to abandon your homeland by killing your father. There were a lot of moments from what I've read up on Code Prime, and there were a lot of moments where even though Suzaku and Dreadwing ended up joining the Autobots and the Black Knights, because eventually it just felt like some people felt like the story was just, intentionally dogging on Suzaku to the point where people kind of forgot that there was a semblance of nuance to his character. You get what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, right, totally.
Yep.
Clovis is fucking dead. It's a... Hey, Arthur!
All right, I'm gonna let you out on a secret here. Zero is this cat.
The funny thing is that Arthur actually cares a lot about Suzaku, and that's why he keeps fighting him in that manner. Because Arthur is kind of just like a... it's like, oh, I'm going to... it looks like I hate you, but in reality, I really like you. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what infractions?
Yeah, the worst part is, Alex, the way I've been making everybody sound on and whatnot is as though Code Geass were written by Vivzy Pop. Wow. Rolo was actually considering murking one of the most important characters to the narrative.
Hey, listen, little brother, don't fucking kill my best friend. That's my job.
My job is to strangle him to the tune of Breakfast at Tiffany's. It'll be a sweet, sweet moment.
I said, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's?
I love how that started out as just Gandalf imagining him doing that to that one weasel in the Hobbit trilogy. What? Hey, Gino.
It wouldn't hurt.
Some people were kind of surprised that Gino and Kakashi share the same English voice actor.
Get out of here, Cyclops. Aren't you supposed to be on the Avengers set?
Transformographatizers, cars that trick your eyes. Buddy, we were just talking about a Transformers crossover earlier. And Gino's nightmare is a Transformer.
Hit me with your best shot.
Although, funnily enough, Wittenberg and Dave Vincent voice different members of the Belmont family.
Mm.
Wittenberg is Leon Belmont, and Dave Vincent is Richter. No.
Yeah.
No, it's for the Yowie bait.
Yowie.
I was told that an outfit showing off my midriff was completely necessary. Anya, you should be a bit more modest, especially considering you look like lolly jailbait.
Yeah.
Shit. Alex,
What happened?
Anya is actually underaged.
Huh.
She's 15.
Okay.
So the worst part is my comment was actually somewhat accurate.
Yeah.
She is an actual lolly. I ought to just let's lynch the bitch. No, we are not lynching anybody. We are just bonding in a very non-incestual way. Wait, why did you have to specifically say it like that? Have you ever seen that one sketch known as the ambiguously gay duo? But neither of us are dressed in very revealing spandex.
Not yet.
Nor do we drive around in an extremely phallic car.
Your face is mine, don't touch it.
And I'll kill you. Damn it, C2! Are you dense? God damn it, Lelouch. You have less physical stamina than I do, and I'm a fat son of a bitch.
Quick, we gotta put a paper bag over your head.
But I'm not, but I don't
not
have,
because
have teeth. But I don't have teeth like a shark.
Not because you're ugly, but because you're too pretty. I don't want anybody looking at you.
Oh my god.
God damn!
Valletta? Woman, you could have worn something more modest.
No, she couldn't.
You chose to put on that thong.
There was no other choice.
I'm sure Shirley was like, we could offer more modest swimsuits. No, since you're forcing me into this is mandatory.
I'm the hottest bitch in this entire school. I want everyone to know it.
Well, it's just that you seem very aggressive towards me.
Again!
Why are they hanging out near that? Why?
Because C2
Look.
needs something to set her
Lean
pert little
against.
butt against.
That so firm you could bounce a quarter off of it, ass.
Bounce a whole silver dollar off of that.
There was a brief panty shot there. Begone, thought.
What the fuck are you doing, Lelouch?
Lelouch really doesn't want anyone, and I do mean anyone, to see C2.
He's got to make sure nobody finds out about his girlfriend. He needs to maintain the lie that he's actually gay.
Colin,
I can feel I can feel your nipples rubbing up against my back.
And then Colin's like, I hope you can, you son of a bitch. Because I will suffocate you with these tits. Like, genuinely, hey, Alex, oh my god. Guys, we're about to see some legendary 8-bits in this show.
God,
because you know how
damn
bad Lelouch's physical stamina is? We're about to see more of that on display now.
Run away! Run away!
Look at what Millie is wearing. That big old dress. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Suzaku outruns him. Colin outruns him.
Godzilla theme.
Shirley outruns him.
Colin outran him in a mascot costume.
Jesus.
Millie outran him in a dress!
Jesus Christ, poor Lelouch got outclassed.
It's embarrassing!
Yeah, very sad.
That is disgraceful! I know lean people typically aren't I know lean people sometimes tire out a bit easier or when they haven't really built up much stamina, but come the fuck on! Wait, what?
That and what now? It's like Callan knew what's up.
Why am I wandering around out nearly naked? Oh my god!
Holy shit!
that
was... She's running around with her entire ass out.
That was all the ass! That was the entire derriere for us to see.
Yeah, there's teasing butt cleavage, and then there's one bend away from mooning the entire school.
Mooning the entire
Sounds like
school and
somebody in
showing
the
your
animation.
badge.
Sounds like somebody in the animation team was a fan of Masami Obari.
Keep in mind, these people, the character designers of this show, made that dojin between Jotaro and Kakyoin.
Oh no.
Oh, goody, Valletta put on clothes. Woman, you bent over even the slightest in that frame, we would have seen in the whole of your vag. God fucking damn it! uh, every time I see in the home video overly release with code Geass that cheese cone is the only thing maintained in between releases. Aw, Arthur. Says Rivals. Rivals is a forced resident of the cuck chair. He was strapped onto it by Millie. She's like, I'm not that interested in you. What are you, Virgil from Devil May Cry?
I am the storm that is approaching, provoking.
Alex, I feel sorry for you and the fact that you're going to be watching that shit again.
I am reclaimer of my name, born in flames.
Oh, Spaghetti-O. Yeah, someone just put a huge monkey wrench into the plan.
Yes.
So, join us in a couple weeks for the continuation of this plot. Minus Valletta's near full exposure. I mean, we saw her tits in the first season, but
yeah. I get the feeling every single show would be improved by having a mostly naked black girl with white hair, regardless of context.
How do you figure that would improve things?
Think about it. That's some weird fucking imagery right here.
V2 isn't even a woman.
Wait a minute, dude. I sort of talent.
The fucking T-pose, the hands out, the hair, the guy in the background. Like, what?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
What? Did they like not dub the NEPs all the way?
Excuse me, what?
I think, Alex, they did on the Blu-ray.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, till tomorrow, you know where to find Alex and myself, and go check out Ultimate Zero X on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep, you can find me on both platforms at Ultimate_0x and Ultimate 0x, respectively.
See y'all later.
There you have it. Stay safe, everybody.
I still can't get over it saying encoding overload, and we haven't dropped a single frame the whole stream. 2 hours, folks. 2 hours of flawless, uninterrupted streaming for once in our fucking lives. And
why the heck is it causing it? What's causing it to overload? Even though that shouldn't be an
I think
issue.
it's just throwing that